Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm back to another day working on the Mira. So today's video, I'm going to be putting the rest of the driveline back together. That means putting the drive shaft on. I'll be doing up the shift linkage. I'll be putting the exhaust on. I'll be trying my best today to actually get the steering on, all hooked up as well. Off video, so between the last video and this video, I did however put the front wheels on, tighten up the front suspension. I have actually cranked the engine over a couple times just to get oil pressure and everything, so it didn't really run it long. Did find a grounding issue, and that's the reason why I was all off video. So at the end of this video, once the exhaust and driveline and everything's back on the vehicle, we'll actually be firing it up to bleed the cooling system, getting it warm for a heat cycle, and then adjusting the valves, as well as starting to get the rest of the body panels back on, and hopefully be getting it on the ground today. That'd be lovely. I am really hoping I'm going to be able to get it on the ground, moving underneath its own power again, and hopefully out of this garage, because in the near future, I am actually going to be doing a bit of work in the garage here, putting up some new lights and some fresh paint. So let's get back to the Mira video. Alright, as I was saying in the last video, I've got all buttoned back up together. Fixed the grounding issue. I got the front wheels here on the ground. Both front wheels both on. I've been working on getting the latch all set up and getting this bar that's down here straight again, so it bolts up on both sides. So this video is going to be a bit of an odd one in the way I shoot it. It's not going to be all straightforward. I'll be jumping back and forth just because there's quite a few things, and I am hoping to get it done tonight for event on the south side called Tuner Nights. See if we'll be able to get it done for that. If not, we'll definitely be ready to roll for hopefully next weekend, being long weekend, Canada Day long weekend. So let's see where we're at. Alright, for doing the shift linkage, goes up in there, got this bracket, so one bolt up there, and then in the front here, one bolt here. So I'll do up those couple bolts, and then I'll work on getting the drive shaft in next, followed by the exhaust, and then that's everything on the bottom of the vehicle, which means that the very next step on this will be starting it up, bleeding the cooling system, getting it warm so I can adjust the valves, and once the valves are all done, I'll be putting body panels back on and getting the steering all back together. Alright, so with the front done, I'm going to move underneath the car. Just come down. We are going to be putting the drive shaft up. So it starts with sliding that end, which is back to the transfer case, and bolting it up in the middle. So that guy up in the middle area, which is right about there, and followed by doing the 4 bolts on the rear diff. And any of you guys that have 4-wheel drive Miras, 200 Miras, you guys know if the rear pinion seal is the same as the Hi-Jet's, that'd be awesome, as my one is actually leaking from the center area there. Yeah, let me know, because that'd be awesome. I'd love to be able to get that fixed and stop the leaking. Alright, I'll be back once the drive shaft is up, because once the drive shaft's up, the last piece to go on underneath here is the exhaust, which will go in, and then we'll be able to lower it down and fire it up, which will be the first firing up of running of the engine on video. Here we go. I shall see you guys in the next couple seconds. For you guys, will be a half a second. For me, it'll be a couple minutes. And just like that, drive shaft is in, exhaust is all bolted up, car's ready to go, all 4 wheels on the ground, and get fired up. Alright guys, now for the first start. First start on video, I should say. I'll grab the keys here. Keys in. We've been running and warming up, getting up the temperature. I'll throw the hood back on it, and then once it's up to temperature, I'll let it shut down. Then I'll pull the valve cover back off, adjust the valves to spec, do up then I'll throw the rest of the front panels on, so headlights, I'll fix this lower bar that's slightly bent, and put the front bumper back on it. And with all that on, the only thing left that I'd have to do is hook the steering up. Alright, with the vehicle up to picture, I've shut her off. I made sure the rad fan actually cycles. So now it's just, which means that the thermostat has opened. And I am now going to be adjusting my valves. So I've got the service manual for the engine. I'll be adjusting them to specifications as per the service manual, which is hot. Once that's done, the valve cover can go back on, followed by the intercooler. And once that's done, it's I got a couple more. I got an oil breather pipe that needs to get installed, along with catch can and my air filter. And then I can put the rest of the bodywork back together, and my final steps will be installing a boost gauge and getting the steering back together. So it's gonna be first the valve train, then the pipe for the valve cover back on, followed by the pipe for the oil breather and the catch can. Then, once those guys are all on, it's going to be hood, fix the bar, lights, bumper. That'll get everything on the front end back together. Then steering, followed lastly by the by installation of a boost gauge. Oh, and with that, a lot of smaller stuff wasn't put on video, but the vehicle's up and running, all back together. A few small tweaks I have to do. I believe the brake switch is dead on it because the brake lights aren't working. Same with the when you press on the brake, it doesn't shift out of park. So it might be an adjustment. Might need the brake switch. Other than that, I have the plate on, the antique vehicle plate, and I think the next thing will be to get it to my work. We'll get cleaned up, both underneath and up top, and we'll get a video, a point of view of the first drive of the vehicle. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video series. There'll definitely be more of this car in the future. There'll also be of the Suzuki Key, as that one's going to be transformed from a nice little sleeper or daily into a nice little sleeper slash track day car. And there'll be some videos on the transformation of the garage. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Every single one of those does help. Hope you have a good day. Peace out.